This episode of Bouts Talking Bouts is brought to you by Bare Knuckle Betting Shark. Winning parlays, if you're looking for them in BKFC, you got to be checking out BK Bet Shark. Here's the thing, $50 buys, you get a personalized bet slip. It's based on your own budget. You can be flexible. It is what works for you. And this guy's got the receipts. You can check out all the winning tickets. You can peep them, and you can do so at Bare Knuckle Betting Shark. Check him out on Instagram and get with it. Got them personalized betting slips going on, $50 buys. All right, on this episode of Bare Knuckle Radio, very excited to be talking to an individual who is the co-main event of BKFC Thailand 5, and that goes down on November 4th. The BKFC Thailand strawweight title is going to be defended when Fani Peloumpi enters the ring against Po Denman, and great having Fani back on the show. How's your day been so far, Fani?
Sorry, your English is so fast. How is mine?
Oh, sorry. I'll very much slow down. I was just wondering how your day was going. Are you having a good day?
I have a very full day training and work also, so and now I am a little tired, really.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. A long day, it seems like. But I guess I'm curious when this bout offer came your way, because Britton Hart was supposed to be fighting Po Denman here, but sustained an injury. Like, when did this offer for this fight come your way, I guess?
When was like 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess because you're...
Tuesday, yeah, I think Thursday or Friday, I not really remember. Last week, in the middle of last week, something like this.
Yeah, I guess you were just steadily training. You were ready to take whatever fight kind of came up. Like, it seemed like you were already like working pretty steadily. So, like, you were just ready to take the bout offer.
Mm-hmm. I never stop training. I train Muay Thai. Of course, I not training like I train when I fight, but always I keep training for always to be ready for any fight, for any challenge.
Yeah, I mean, you seem to have a very strong work ethic from what I can tell, but I mean, returning to bare knuckle after almost 18 months from this specific sport, but as we're talking about, you definitely, do stay active. I saw you had a modified rules MMA fight on Tapology. You mentioned Muay Thai. I also saw, some gloved boxing. How does it feel to, I guess, be returning to the sport of bare knuckle boxing?
Normal, it's fighting for me is nothing special. It's one more fight for me. Like, I have to be strong and I will try for my best. It's one more fight, like, I have to win. I try my best for win.
That's fair. I was going to say that almost, I guess, answers my next question, because some fighters, I guess, put a certain something into making the first defense of their title. I guess you're maybe not thinking about that part of this, just like you said, looking at it as just another, chance to compete and show your skills, maybe not thinking about this being the first title defense in any certain way, I guess.
It's, I now I fight for defend my title.
Yeah, you don't really look at that any differently, because some fighters will look at the first defense as something to kind of, I guess, really underscore the fact they're the champion. Some fighters are kind of like, it's like any other fight. I already have the title. I guess you're not looking at it in any kind of way. Like, it's just another fight, another chance to compete, I guess.
Yes, it's one other fight for me. Like, all the fighting I have, always I work hard for, do my best for winning the fight. And now I will do the same. All the fight is the same for me. What I say is mean like it's very important, all the fight. So always I do the best for my fighting.
Yeah, I get what you're saying for sure. I guess in, talking about this next opponent though, like, what are your thoughts on, Po Denman? It seems like she's got a good resume in the sport of bare knuckle and came over from gloved boxing and had good success there from what I can tell. Like, what are your thoughts on, I guess, Po Denman's better skills as a fighter?
Look, I had fight with Po before. We fight boxing. They give us draw. The other thing I can say, she's just older than me. I don't think she's much stronger than me.
I was going to say it's ultimately a different sport, being that you fought in glove boxing, but is there anything you can take away from that previous fight with Po that you can use for this fight, or maybe not, because, like I said, ultimately a different sport?
She have, sorry if I understand correctly, she have good the front hands. The front hand. So is what I will try to avoid from her.
Yeah, so do you think there are things from that first fight that you learned that you can use in this fight, just having competed before against Po?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
No worries. I guess I'm just wondering if maybe you took anything away from that glove boxing fight with Po that could, I guess, be used in this fight, maybe on a strategy kind of level, I guess.
My strategy is like always I want to fight technical. Po is also a technical fighter, she's not aggressive fighter, so I don't know really how this fighting will go, because, go inside, I not go inside, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, just cool to see you back in the sport of bare knuckle, but you're very experienced in Muay Thai, super decorated in that sport. Very curious to, get your thoughts on this main event on the card here, just with Boakau and Sanchai fighting in this special rules bare knuckle Muay Thai. Like, what do you think about that fight?
That fight is really, I don't know. For me, it's 50-50. I can't say who I want to win, because both they are very good fighters. They don't have to prove something. They have been in Muay Thai so long time, and they have do so many things. So just I will watch the fighting, and I enjoy the fighting from two very good fighters. The legend, two legend both.
Yeah, it should be a legendary fight. Is that a rule set you'd be curious to fight in one day? Because obviously you've done bare knuckle boxing and you've done Muay Thai. Like, could you see yourself doing bare knuckle Muay Thai one day? Is that something you'd enjoy, I guess?
If be like in the near future, because I am 39 years already, maybe, yes, why not?
That's cool to hear, and just really enjoy how much you love the sport of Muay Thai, because I was seeing a few weeks ago on Instagram, it looked like you were like looking to get more into refereeing Muay Thai. I saw you doing exams for refereeing and judging. So how has it been to kind of like be in that role within the game? Because you're very experienced as a fighter and champion in Muay Thai. Like, how has it been to, I guess, get into that role, like more refereeing and judging?
It's something I would like to do when I will stop fighting. So being a referee and judge is something I can be in the ring, and like a referee I can be up in the ring. So it's really difficult for me to stop fighting, and to be a referee is something who can help me to in the future when I will stop fighting, so I can be there.
Is that kind of what you would like to, I guess, pursue doing once you're done, like, fighting in Muay Thai? I mean, I imagine there's a few fights to be had for sure, but that would be like what you would want to do once you're done competing, like maybe refereeing and judging more so?
Teaching and the referee and judge, yes. Teaching Muay Thai. I am teacher also, but now because I live long time in Thailand, I teach Muay Thai in one small gym. I have my own gym in Greece, but I'm focused more in my fighting still. But later when I will stop fighting, so I can be just Muay Thai teacher, and for sure I want to be a referee and judge it in Thailand the most.
Yeah, how has it been just, teaching technique to some of the younger fighters? Because I talk to different athletes who, will teach technique, and as much as they're, teaching someone else, it also grows their own understanding of the sport. Has that been the case for you as well?
Yes.
Yeah, I love hearing that, and just such a martial arts minded kind of thing. Just, it's as much about learning and growing, but also what you can give back to other people.
It's very, how to say in English, when you can give your knowledge to the other people what you know, and the people like this, it's really very beautiful.
Yeah, a great way to phrase it, and I agree. And I guess I'm curious to ask about this, like not overlooking this fight at all, because definitely a tough challenge. But I mentioned Britain Hart earlier falling out from this fight with an injury, and you were supposed to fight her in the inaugural strawweight world title fight at BKFC 29. Some visa issues came up, but it seems like Britain is wanting to come to Thailand and compete, as evidenced by, her being booked initially on this. Like, are you thinking that maybe this fight could, serve getting that world title shot against Britain in Thailand after, or are you not even thinking about that at all in any kind of way?
Look, before this fighting happened, I asked, in August, before we know about this fighting, I asked to go in America because I feel ready to fight with Britain again. And I don't know what happened. One day I see, after what I asked, I see Po and Britain, they fight together. Yes, I don't know really. And now Britain cannot come because I think she fight 1 month ago and she have some injuries, so she cannot come. But if I win the Po in November 4, so I would like to go fight with Britain in America for the world title.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. I mean, you're already a champion and ranked number 2, so, I mean, with a win here, I don't see why that wouldn't be the case. I would think that would be a great fight, and you're talking about, this fight being, very technical. I would also think that Britain Hart fight could be quite technical as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Britain, right? She's strong fighter.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I mean, just so many great options for you. I guess one of the last questions I had, though, because some fighters I talk to will practice a lot of visualization, seeing how the fight will play out, and kind of within that they'll almost have a reoccurring prediction for how the fight will go. Are you a fighter who practices visualization, or do you more get out there and adapt to whatever happens in the fight?
I'm sorry, I don't hear you good now. Your microphone do something to do.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, I guess I was. I guess I was just wondering about just your thoughts heading into the fight, and what cementing yourself as a world champion after could do for you. You've captured a lot of Muay Thai titles. What would collecting another bare knuckle title do for you? Would that fill you with great esteem, I suppose?
You mean what fight I want to follow later?
Just if you get your, I guess, ideal outcomes in this one, and maybe the next fight, if that Hart fight gets set up, what would that do for you in your overall martial arts journey? Like, you've captured great Muay Thai titles. Like, how much do you enjoy the pursuit of BKFC titles, I guess?
How much I enjoy. So because I not really hear you very very clear. Also, you mean how much I enjoy the Bare Knuckle title, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. A lot. I like to fight for. How to say? I like to be in the big card. This make me. This is challenge for me. This make me to training hard and to, want to win more than if I have like small and simple fight. This for me is more relaxing. Still I training hard, but to be in a big card for me is after so long time being in martial arts in the fighting. I think I belong to being always or the most of the time when I fight in the big card. So this make me really, how to say, this make me, I want really to be there.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, and I guess...
Make sense what I say?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it makes sense. I guess the last thing I wanted to ask you, though, because some fighters I talk to will almost visualize the fight, just almost predict how they see certain things playing out. Do you have a prediction for the fight or a certain idea of how you could see it ending, or are you more, I guess, trying to just go into the fight and adapt with how the fight plays out, I guess?
You mean if I was her fighting?
I guess just if you have a prediction or idea how you see the fight ending.
Not really. I see only like maybe one time and even know all the rounds because I know her style and I never watch too much the opponent, the fighting of my opponent. Maybe one or two times just this and just to know for a little because I believe like when you fight with someone, always can change something because always have different opponents, so the fighting can be different. So no need to focus too much in what they do in the time when you see one fighting. Just take only the basic, the style, and focus after in what you are good to do in the fighting.
Yeah, well said, for sure, and I appreciate you coming on the show and giving great thoughts, Fani, but like I was saying before, I want to be mindful of your time and schedule, so do you have any final parting thought you might want to add as we're kind of wrapping things up here, though?
I'm sorry, I'm not here. It's so good.
No worries. Just if you had any final thought you wanted to say as we're wrapping up. Like maybe a...
You want to send me by message and maybe I translate?
I mean, just usually I do this at the end if fighters want to, shout out sponsors or if there's any final thought they didn't add or...
If I have a sponsor?
I mean, just to say this is usually the part of the interview where I ask if the fighter has any final thing they want to say. Like maybe they'll say something about the fight or shout out a sponsor, but just any final thought you might have. I'll talk to fighters as well who sometimes don't have a final parting thought, but I just thought I'd put it out there if there was something you wanted to mention, Fani.
I'm so sorry, I'm not here so clear.
Yeah, no, just if you had a final thought as we're wrapping up.
You want to write to me so I can see better what you mean?
Yeah, I'm not really sure another way of how I can articulate the thought. I'm just seeing if there's anything you want to mention or say, because as we're ending off the interview, just, yeah.
You can hear me clear?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess there's a connection issue. My apologies for that, but I appreciate you coming on Bare Knuckle Radio ahead of BKFC Thailand 5. So thank you so much, Fani, and you have a good rest of your night. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry I'm not here so clear.
Oh, no need to be sorry. There's obviously some issue going on that I'm not able to figure out, so no worries. It's completely fine, and I appreciate you coming on the show and giving great insights, and I think this Po Denman fight should be great. So, yeah, thank you for the time, Fani, and have a good rest of your night.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
This episode of Bouts Talking Bouts is brought to you by Bare Knuckle Betting Shark. Winning parlays, if you're looking for them in BKFC, you got to be checking out BK Bet Shark. Here's the thing, $50 buys, you get a personalized bet slip. It's based on your own budget. You can be flexible. It is what works for you. And this guy's got the receipts. You can check out all the winning tickets. You can peep them, and you can do so at Bare Knuckle Betting Shark. Check him out on Instagram and get with it. Got them personalized betting slips going on, $50 buys.